with the cast of Selma the series, formerly Selma the musical. We're going to go around starting left to right and then the back to the left. Here, can I get you guys to say your names and the characters that you play?
My name is Melissa Davidson and I play Connie.
My name is Quentin Alexander and I play Joseph Wilson.
My name is Chira Pittman Lewis and I play Amelia.
My name is Amafika Elamine and I play John Lewis.
Anthony Kodernach and I play Officer Smith. My name is Roman Polito and I play Officer Abrams.
Me and the crew have been here a couple of days now. You guys have been amazing to work with. Tell us, anybody, how is it working on a project so powerful, so big at this time in the country that we live in today?
It's so important. So important. It's massive. It's so much. Everything that we're talking about that was taking place in 1965 is the same stuff that's going on in 2019. And so it's very impactful. It is life-changing. It's an eye-opener.
It's very present day, like she said. You know, you can see the similarities, and it's shocking to see that some of those things that were so, traumatic happening back then are representing and recreating themselves now, in this 2019, in this era. So it's really important that, we speak on this, and I'm just happy to get to share in this story.
We gave you guys an interview earlier. You guys also brought up one particular person you also mentioned, which is your director. So speak to me, of course let me know her name, but speak to me about what she meant to you in this process. Were you afraid when you went into it? She clearly had done a musical. She's never done TV or film before, but you guys put your faith into her. So you guys tell me what that was like and what it's been like since you signed on to do this.
Honestly, we knew she was going to do her research, and not only was she going to do her research, that she was going to get in there and dive just as deep as we was willing to go. And not only that, she brought in Jamal McNeil, who was well known in the film industry. So it was a no-brainer. She said, hey, I feel like doing this, so boom.
Mm-hmm. She's so much more than just a director to us now. It's more family, because for us three, we're part of the musical. Mm-hmm. So we've been with her she's been with her for 3 years, I've been with her for 2 years, and him for 1 year. And the words that come to mind when we think of her is, first of all, loyalty. Nothing she's ever said has not happened. Mm-hmm. Nothing she's ever promised she has not come through and fulfilled. And her work ethic makes us, I feel like she's the Beyonce of directing and writing and producing and everything. I mean that for real. Because if it's not, she always says, I'm not looking for perfect, but perfect effort. Mm-hmm. And in making us have perfect effort, we are the best versions of ourselves when it comes to our characters, when it comes to the stage, and when it comes to our lives as well. So much of our lives have changed during this project.
We have modeled ourselves after her. She has a saying that people look like their leader. So her hard work, her dedication, her sacrifice, her willingness to go the extra mile. I think Chira was the one who said once before, if you said run into a brick wall, I may ask why, but I'd still do it. And that says a lot about your leader, when you would be willing to literally go and do and try, be willing to try. Just to simply step out and say, most of us, people who have done acting like this is Chira and Q. So for us, for someone to say, hey, I want to do this, and you trust them enough and have faith enough to say, I want to, says a lot.
The experience here has definitely, like Melissa said, family. I went in this, I drove 8 hours from Louisiana to come here, and it's truly been like a family since I stepped in the door. They greeted me with open arms and all that good stuff, so I'm definitely very appreciative of everybody here.
This is easily one of the greatest experiences of my life. I haven't had like a strong support system towards this career that I'm trying to pursue, and within a matter of days, these people feel like a genuine family to me. They've been so supportive. I've learned so much in such a short period of time with them, and it just feels like genuine support with this project. Everyone loves what's going on. Everyone understands the story we're trying to tell, and everyone's always working with each other to try to improve the project and just try to get the best experience that we can out of this. And it's been a dream come true to work with these people, these incredible people.
Just by hearing you say this is one of the easiest, the best experiences of your life, I think I can speak for everyone here and say that we're happy to be a part of that because, again, if we hadn't failed or worked with people before, we couldn't be here. Let me ask you another particular question here. With you doing the type of role that you're doing, in your age specifically, did you know about Selma prior to this? Had anyone taught it to you or tried to lean you onto it? Was this your first experience, and what have you learned since being a part of the project?
As far as with a personal connection to Selma, you know, I mean, you learn what you learn in high school. That there's like a chapter on it, you know. But I've also seen the film based on the story. It's an incredible story. That cast is amazing. But I've really learned most of it through everyone here, and they've really been able to reinforce everything that we're learning here. And it's just they care so much about this project. It's not even a story to them. It's like real life, and it's just them. You can feel the elements and the themes that they're talking about is still relevant today. It's in their blood.
There's being American, there's being African American, then there's being a black woman in America. So what challenges with you guys playing these very strong roles and there's people looking up to you of all colors, all backgrounds, what is it a weight on your shoulders to do this or more so of a commitment to something to excellence that you have to show where these young ladies came from and how they would be affected by things going on today?
I'd say it was both.
Absolutely.
Definitely say it was both because, you know, being a black woman in America is hard anyway. We're expected to be strong, but we're expected not to show how strong we are, and then it's this dichotomy constantly. So it's hard, but there is such a level of excellence that we're reaching for, to not only pay homage to those back then, but to reach forward to those black girls that are growing up now, let them know, hey, you can do this, and this is where you come from, and your strength isn't just from a man, or it's not just from what you see on social media, but you have strength in your blood, and this is blood, sweat, and tears. So it goes all the way back in our lineage. So I'd say both.
My character Amelia in the play, Hannah says it in the series, it's so good. It's such a great line. She says, you have to be twice as good, twice as smart, twice as pretty to even be considered. And that is so real for my personal life, as well as any black woman that I know. You hear people say a lot, oh, you have the same opportunities as everybody else. Yes, I do, but it's definitely harder. So I do have to work harder. I do have to make sure that my natural hair doesn't offend some people. I do have to make sure that if I am going to go and be a lawyer, that I have to be on my game way more than a black man, especially way more than a white male, because I have to show that I can do this and I'm strong enough. At the same time, trying not to show that I'm too strong because it offends people. So it's my character Amelia in the series is very, very strong. She comes across as weak, but you get to see that she is a very strong woman, and I want that character to come across to the viewer exactly that way. You can be strong and you can go and do all these things, but it's definitely going to be hard. But you can't stop.
I think that's a kudos to your director, because again, she had an opportunity to tell whatever story she wanted. When I first spoke with her, she let me know that she wanted to tell her story. It wasn't about Dr. King and everything that happened, all these major figures. What about the people who had to deal with the decisions that they made in the aftermath? So I heard you mention, like you said, it's stronger than a black man, stronger than a white man, just from a male perspective. Your director, even for you two guys, are, I'm not going to spoil it, but you are two polar opposites of your belief system. How is it that you saw the writing that she did and said, okay, we can be on two different sides, but we ain't got to kill each other? So was that important for that she wrote that, and how does it feel for you to portray these gentlemen that you portray?
Again, I'm just grateful to be a part of this, and it is still, I still feel like there's more to do, because it is such a, you know, it's so much bigger than us. And as a black man, what I really saw was the strength of the black woman from the way she told this story. The strength that Connie and Amelia have and the suffering and the pain that they have to endure. I don't think, me myself could have survived back then and deal with some of the things that black men had to deal with. So what black women went through is just beyond. Let's not give them what they want. And what they want is black men fighting. They want black men at odds and ready to pull guns and say, if you're not with me, then you're against me.
That's what America expects. When they see black men, they instantly expect anger. And Janet had been saying for a while, there's more to Joe. Stop being like, it's more than just anger. It's more than just anger. Dig deeper, dig deeper. And we actually sat down and had the conversation. That's when it became more important. Why can't we sit down and talk?
Right.
Like, what have we been brainwashed with to the point to where I can't sit down and say, okay, I don't agree with you with this, but how can we fix this? Okay, let's put a nail in this. We ain't gonna agree on this, but what can we agree? How can we still come together?
Some of the scenes, the sequences can push your morality to say, can I even portray this? So while they all spoke about violence and that the violence that does happen in our reality, it's up to you guys to bring it and your guys' performance to mesh to make it happen. How did that make you guys feel? Maybe having to use language or be in these situations to where you have to attack someone and make it look real, because if you don't, you let the audience down and you try to tell a good story. But how do you do it?
You have to try to separate yourself from the character that you're trying to portray and you as yourself. Because if you have a character that has these incredibly disgusting beliefs and you yourself are the complete polar opposite, how do you find that medium? How do you lend yourself to that character and allow yourself to become a vessel to help tell this story? And
It's having this cast here, making it incredibly comfortable and just reinforcing everything that we're doing here, just re-emphasizing that this is a story that needs to be told. My character is essential to the story.
without my character, the story can't be told. And just the support that I've had from this cast, this whole project, has definitely helped with that.
I didn't know how we were going to be able to pull it off, because it is so uncomfortable to be in the situation that we are in these scenes where we're dropping in words and all these other things that happen in the show you're going to see. It was very uncomfortable. It was hard. There was times when me and him both really didn't think that we were going to be able to finish. And this cast that we have, Jana, everybody that's a part of it really made it feel like home. They really were there for us, like our shoulder to cry on, so to say. They were there to talk things out, to make sure that before we said action, everybody was comfortable with what we were doing.
Jana demands a level of excellence that you cannot fall under. And I learned that on my first ride over. I became aware of what that on point is necessary at all times. And I commend them, because that is hard. You know what I'm saying? Even my character, I wouldn't do the things he would do. I would definitely be on the opposite end of the spectrum. And so she created such a space that allowed us to deal with what we had to deal with as our own human selves, and then say, okay, now tell this story. She helped us bridge those gaps and find vulnerability. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of vulnerability. Like even right now when I'm talking, like I feel it in my throat a little bit, because it was so heavy.
She had an incredible task when you take a musical, as you mentioned earlier, and to take it to TV and film. It's not easy to adapt those situations. And one thing I will say, I'm going to look and see, do I feel like I'm watching a musical? And I'm not going to tell the audience what I've seen, but I will tell them this. This is no musical anymore. This is made for TV, made for film. Right. So let me ask you guys this. I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to say it was amazing to see the pipe still on display. You didn't lose any of the Broadway appeal, but you still came through with an acting performance.
Wow.
How did you do it?
A lot of work.
A lot of work. She took time, a lot of time, to make sure that the story was told correctly. Because there's a lot of stories of Selma. A whole lot of different types of stories of Selma, and a lot of people are telling it a lot of different ways. But she made sure that she was accurate and that she made it her own. And when she gave it to us, it was like, okay, here you go. This is what I want. And she painted the vision. And when you have somebody who's a visionary that literally lays it out for you and tells you exactly from the action to this is the emotion you should probably feel here, but you work with it. Like, she made it easy to be able to paint the picture. And she's a visionary.
And we had to do a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Because, like you said, stage and TV is very different. Stage, we're big and we're this and that. Because you got to make sure the person in the front and the person all the way in the back can see you. Mm-hmm. But with film, if you do all that crap, nobody's going to believe it. And they're not going to get through the first 5 minutes because they're going to hate it probably. So we had several rehearsals, which is unconventional for TV and film to do so many rehearsals. But we had several sit-downs and rehearsals and meetings about basically acting classes to take us back away from the stage, which we're about to get back on, but to get us away from the stage and to get us ready for camera so that the person sitting on the other side of that TV really feels like they were there and has a lump in their throat because they really believe that you were really hurt and they really believe that these things really happen.
It's an experience.
It's an experience, and it was definitely a lot of work to pull it off.
Well, I was always told anything worth having is worth working for.
Yes.
So I can definitely say I've seen it. Me and the crew have been here. We've seen you guys put in the work. We have nothing but good thoughts and good vibes from you guys, and we know it's going to be great. So before I let you guys go, I want to ask you guys one. It's all the same question. In one word, I want you to tell me what Selma means to you.
Selma is life.
Selma is truth.
Selma is me.
Selma is responsibility.
Selma's everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the cast of Selma, the series. You can catch them soon to a Emmy near you.
Woo!